So, do you guys want to do that for root beer right here in this particular thing? What? We're totally in this little playground right here, so it doesnn't really matter. I'm not sure.
People are busy and it's getting towards rush hour time and stuff. I mean, if you just wanted to show us right on our thing, that would be ideal.
Okay. What I'll probably do is I'll actually do it here just so I can show it to everybody else.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to make
You
sure.
follow along in your company
So-
created as.
So watch this. I'm going to go to root beer right now and just kind of see what we have.
They're fun, those quick buttons.
So watch this. We currently have 20. So we don't have a ton right here at all, okay? And currently we're selling them for 50 cents a piece. So say we actually wanted to do a quantity discount. If somebody wanted 12 of them, I was going to drop it to 45 cents a piece, okay? Does that make sense how that would kind of work? Like if you're going to buy from 1 to 11, I want to sell it for 50 cents a piece. But if you buy 12 or more, I'm going to drop it by a nickel, okay? And I want it automatic. It could be this easy right here. You find the product, you go to it, okay? So you're physically on the product. This is one way that you can do it, okay? Add this to My Cart Favorites. You click right here, and for fun, I'm going to actually make this a photo button, okay? Actually, I'm going to make a group button because I have to do tiered pricing, okay? So root beer pricing, and I'm just going to leave it right here. I'm going to leave it as a general category, top, white, no problems, no problems. I'm going to come clear down to the very, very bottom piece of the puzzle, and I'm actually going to say, hey, I actually need you to be a smart group, which deals with kind of like tiered pricing, okay, and add it as a favorite. Oh, you know what? No problem. It just says I didn't have permission, so watch this. I'll hit home real quick. You will have to check to make sure you have these permissions. I'm currently under Adilas Demo. I don't think I'm under brand, and I actually added it for me, but not under Adilas Demo. We'll go here. We'll go System Assets. Actually, I believe that that's under System Basics. My bad. So My Cart Favorites, this is the guy that I needed right there. It's kind of an admin to do what we call smart group buttons, which is your tiered pricing, okay? So I'm going to scroll down and just submit that so that I have the page permissions. Now I'm going to go right back to where I was. So home, I was in My Cart Favorites, okay? Here's my root beer one right now, and I'm actually going to flip this into edit mode really quick. So just so that you can kind of see the piece that we were at. We basically told it root beer, we told it this, we told it this. We came down and we flipped it to the smart group button, which is our tiered pricing.
Let me just get back. So you're at the smart group button in inventory.
Okay, so under the smart group button, we're going to start assigning the different pieces of the puzzle as far as
you went to the inventory homepage.
yes. The other way that you can get to this, let me just go right here. Actually, watch this. I'm going to totally kill this particular button, so it's gone, and we're going to start all over again, okay? Let's go here. From the home page, if you have the permissions, we're going to go right to My Cart Favorites, okay? So basically, I'm going to click on a new thing. I need a new button, okay? And I know that mine happens to be a group button, okay? I'm going to call it root beer, okay? I'm going to leave some of these other pieces generic until you really, really get into it, okay? And if you do need to, there's a great help file that kind of talks through a bunch of what the different options are. Group button, root beer, I'm going to scroll all the way down. I have multiple options here. Do I want to just do a generic search? Do I want to tie it to a specific item? Do I want to do this? Or do I want to create a tiered pricing entity? And I'm going to say I want to create a tiered pricing entity. I'm going to say add to favorites. So at this point, the second step kind of comes into this thing right here.
Okay, so you went to option 4 and you did.
Yes.
Group tiered pricing.
Group tiered pricing. Correct. Good call, Terry. So this basically kind of helps me to determine what are my assignments, which pieces play along with this. So you might have the same thing for like root beer and cream soda and cherry cola and etc. Like as far as what's going on, like your pricing switching. Okay. So right here, I'm going to come in here and I'm say from 0 to 11, I'm going to go at 50 cents a piece. Okay. Price per, and just kind of, I'm going to leave this right here. So anything higher than 55, and I'm actually just going to kind of put it like this, 55 to 23, I'm going to actually take it off by a penny, okay? Anything higher than 24, I'm going to say, guess what, you're just going to get this for 40 cents a pop.
You can add all those rules, huh?
Oh yeah, So basically, this is going to be kind of like my tiered pricing in a way, if you will. Okay.
Yeah, I know that it happens, but like when we were talking about somebody coming in with just $20.
Oh, that was slightly different.
That's-
Okay,
yeah.
that was advanced add to cart. I'm going to actually go like this.
I know. We think-
Okay, so basically this looks like a long number, but anything higher than 23, I'm going to do it at 40 cents a pop. Okay, so I'm going to hit submit these rules. So it's super happy now. It's got the rules. It's good to go. Now I can actually assign this to the different pieces of the puzzle. So if I click on this and I actually say, cool, why don't you go find me root beer? Perfect. Yep. Assign that. Good. And then why don't we also come down here and say, let's find our cherry cola as well. Cherry. There's cherry. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and assign that to it as well. So what I have is I have two different pieces. I have the rules, how does it play, which kind of deals with its pricing, and then which piece. Did you guys put any other colas in there or anything? Okay. So basically what I have is if I either go to cherry or root beer, depending on the quantity I put in, it'll automatically roll my price. So here's how it basically works. This is on the setup side of it, okay? So let's pretend I'm here home, and let's actually add a physical customer. Normally, do you guys start with your customers or do you start with your
I
cards?
start with customers.
Okay, so let's pretend that we actually have Shannon. Okay. Shannon as a customer, go. I don't have her, so I'm going to quickly add Shannon in right here as a customer. And let's just pretend for some simplistic sakes that we actually okay, perfect. And say we added phone numbers, emails, all this kind of stuff, and we basically select Shannon as a customer. We say add. So at this point, do you guys normally kind of go like this, add a new cart for the current customer, or is that how you do it? Okay, we create the customer and the cart tie-in, okay, and then right here, when we're ready to, because I have my favorites, watch this, my favorites, if I click on root beer, it's ready to kind of be like, hey, I currently have this many. How many cherries did they want? And let's say that she wanted just 4 of that, so that will probably be in this price range, the 50 cents per, okay? But let's say the root beer, and I know that we technically don't have enough, but let's actually say that we had 24 of those guys that we sold to them, okay? So I'm hoping that that will actually pull it in at the 40 cent deal. The reason that this is a double submit button deals with like digital scales. Like some people are using digital scales in this thing, and so we kind of disabled the submit button because like if I hit enter right now, I'm hitting enter, but it's not submitting my page. That's what a digital scale does. It hits enter. So we say, okay, re-enable that and then add that to cart. So the cool piece is because we entered only 4 of the cherry, it pulled it in at 50 cents. But because we were over 23, we pulled it in at 40 on the root beer. Okay, that's called a smart group button. Okay, and it's really easy to use. Like once you set them up, it's literally like root beer. Cool. What do you got? Here's your rules, and what's the quantity?
So ours is going by maybe
Ours takes off a quarter, but the bars is 3 different prices.
Okay,
For
okay.
the bars, they're $9.50, $7.50, and $5.50.
Okay,
But then if you buy 24 of them, they all drop down a quarter.
okay.
So how would we enter the price?
we price the discount applied to it, or the price per item, or
Okay.
what?
What you do is you kind of say, from here to here, it's going to be this price, or this total dollar value, depending on what's going on. And then as it goes higher than that, then it would be like, oh, you're going to be at this price per. On all.
Okay, so there some items cost different, is what we're saying. So should we put in the whole, like, the case price, the range that they say that quarter, we put in the total amount of that box of bars?
Well, do you sell it by the case or by the individual bars? Okay, and then so once they get to a certain number of bars, that's considered a case? Okay, okay,
And then all the bars, no matter what price, they all drop down a quarter. But there's 3 different prices.
okay. So what you'd probably want to do is actually kind of write it on paper so we can figure out exactly what's going on. Maybe that could be a homework assignment for you. When you come in tomorrow, even during one of the breaks, we'll actually jump in there and we'll build a mock-up.
Would they have
Here's
to
how-
do 3 smart buttons if they have different prices?
So essentially for each group of pricing, that's what you're saying, right? Like, you know, for this group of pricing, you have that smart button that drops that a quarter, and then you have the one smart button for the next 3 items and drop those a quarter, and then you have another smart button for those items and drop that.
Yeah, potentially, if you have all those different things, you might need multiple different buttons. Like you guys were saying, I put both cherry and root beer under here because I was assuming that they were the same
Yeah.
price break structure. But if you need separate, you would just add a new button being like, hey, these are my vanilla bars, these are my chocolate bars, and these are my peanut butter bars, whatever. Depending on how they work or what your different price ranges were. You might need a couple different buttons. And then you can actually have tons of different buttons, like it's unlimited. But basically, once again, it's pre-coding the system so that you can use it quicker and quicker and quicker. Okay. So that's great. Good call. Good call. Awesome.